I think getting a diagnosis of BPD for me initially was really scary, and I didn't want to believe it because it's like someone's telling you there's something wrong with you as a person. So it took me some time before I actually accepted it. But once I'd accepted my diagnosis, it meant that I was able to seek help and actually do something about the situation. And it helped for me to fit pieces of the puzzle together. Things started to make sense. My life started to make sense. The reasons that I behaved in certain ways or reacted in certain ways started to make sense for me. So initially what was really hard to take in was really empowering. I think now, though, I can sometimes feel like I'm walking around with a label on my back, so I have to be really careful that I'm not just a walking diagnosis.
For me and for our family, I was the same as Melanie. I was terrified to start with because it had been suggested at one time by a GP that I went to that, have you ever thought your daughter's got BPD? And so I researched it. I'm thinking, oh, no, please don't let her have this. It sounds terrible. Yeah. But there's always the personalities there anyway. And Melanie was when she was well-ish even, she was such a gentle, caring person. But then when she was fiery, so was I. Getting the diagnosis meant that we could work on that. And it's amazing how much our relationships changed. We always were close, but I think that diagnosis, you started to take it on board some of the things you should do to get well. And it was challenging though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really challenging because, as I say, it's as if someone's telling you there's something wrong with you as a person. But I think when I was able to take ownership of some of that stuff, it was really freeing, really freeing. Amazing.
Yeah.
Mum's one of my best friends, honestly. And coming from where we did come from, which is a place of us nearly being estranged from each other, it's incredible how far we've come, actually. But I've been really lucky because I have a carer in my life who is willing to look at her own recovery as well, and I think that that's been such a key part of me getting well, and a key for our relationship
definitely
getting better.
Yeah, look, people. The more you learn about what's happening for the person with borderline, and how you can help, that's the key to it all. It's being educated and starting to change your own attitude. Yeah, I think I can be a very angry person, and getting a diagnosis and Melanie putting the effort in, then I really did too. And I started researching, looking at things, and then I met you, which was great because we still had it's great because the sharing of your feelings and just sharing with other people that understand. And really now that we're at this stage and there's nothing for me to worry about anymore. I don't walk on eggshells anymore. So that hope for me and definitely for Melanie it's amazing. Yeah, amazing.
Life's great now, but it's still challenging at times. I still have bad days, and I'm still learning. I'm still learning about the way that BPD can manifest itself in my life now. But knowledge is power, and being able to be open about things as well, and not let the stigma shut me up. really helps because I'm able to talk to other people about their experiences and shine a light on the darkness and I'm not knowing that I'm not alone and that there's other people out there fighting a battle, and looking back at the way things were, those days weeks, months where I wasn't getting out of bed, and now being able to, suit up and show up to work and help other people with the same diagnosis, it's just it's done a real 360. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's incredible. When I think back to those days where life was so dark, there was always a little bit of hope inside me that things would get better. And that's what kept me going. I think that's what kept me alive. And as I said before, that knowledge being power, I researched about BPD, and knowing that it's a fully recoverable diagnosis, that's what kept me going. And now seeing a psychologist and the psychologist telling me that I don't actually fit the criteria for BPD anymore.
I know.
Is like, it's a real fist pump moment, It's a real fist pump moment. But that doesn't mean that I don't have days that are difficult and days where, my emotions are dysregulated. But at least I know that that's what's going on for me and I can do something about it.
My experiences with BPD taught me to be a bit more careful and understanding about how I interacted with Melanie and also other people. And then I could impart that knowledge onto other carers who have a child or someone in their lives with BPD. People are amazed when I tell them that if they work on the challenges, if they look at dialectical behavioural therapy, that's where I started with it, then there is a light at the end of the tunnel. One carer I spoke to, I phoned her up, and she said, when you told me your daughter was well, I was in the shopping centre, I had to sit down and cry because nobody had ever told me that before, that they could get well. And there she is, sitting right beside me, well and sparkling and wonderful.
Oh, my experience with BPD has taught me to be a compassionate person and to be less judgmental. It's taught me that there is a lot of pain in the world, but there's also a lot of hope. And what else has my experience has taught me? I'm not sure.